So being an ambassador, what does it actually take? How do you approach it, and how does it actually work? All these type of questions I will answer in this video, and then I will show you this amazing event I'm at, because I'm actually in Gothenburg right now at an event called Start to Ride. And of course I'm here with GASGAS, but you can actually come down here. Maybe you want to buy a new bike, and then you can test ride all the bikes you want. I think you have like 17 test rides in one day. But then you can actually test everything you want to. That's a great idea. So let me show you a little bit around first. Hashtag not sponsored. So I have tried being an brand ambassador for several brands by now. But how did I actually become a GASGAS ambassador? So this time I was actually super fortunate to be contacted by the team at GASGAS because I already in the past had a contact person at Husqvarna. And if you have been living under a rock, KTM, Husqvarna and GASGAS is owned by the same brand. But the fun thing here was that I was actually contacted in, what was it, August last year, before the whole team behind the brand was actually all set. So I just got an email that we want to work with you, but we're not ready yet. That is the very, very short version of it. Of course, there's a whole process to this whole ambassadorship, but that was the very short version of it. And ambassadorships like this never comes by itself. It's a lot of hard work, it's a lot of emails, it's a lot of meetings, and it's a lot of telling people about your brand and what value you can bring to their company or their brand as well. Mossering, mossemandel. Punch rulla. In Denmark we call this a træstamme. In English that would be a, what is that? Lump of wood? So that was the first full event day. Now we're going to the hotel, the whole crew, and that's of course including KTM and Husqvarna. And then we're gonna have dinner, maybe some beers, who can tell? But we are gonna have a great time. So to become a brand ambassador, for example for a motorcycle brand, gear, helmet, or just a brand ambassador like in your own niche. Damn, I got a lot of sun today. The most important thing is to bring value. You need a reason for a brand to want to work with you, and a lot of followers is actually not enough. The bigger and the more professional brands have learned that by now. The first thing, and probably one of the best values you can bring to a company, is to have a good spirit. Being a great person, being a good role model. for their audience as well. Know when to talk and know when not to speak up, and just staying true to yourself. And often this is not enough for brands wanting to work with you, but that makes the decision much easier if you have something else to offer. And that could potentially be the reason why they chose exactly you to work with. And then you have to be able to offer something for the brand. It can be content creation, as I do. It can be a creative mind. It can be a loyal audience, as I also offer to the brands I'm working with. But most importantly, it has to be in high quality. As a lot of content creators say, content is king or queen, but the content you produce is the most important thing. It doesn't matter if you have 1 million followers if they don't watch what you create. Then a much smaller and fewer audience, but a loyal audience, it's much more worth for brands, companies, and people wanting to work with you. And to be able to build an audience, you need to be in some sort of a niche, or it usually makes it easier to begin with, as I do. My niche is a motorcycle, but also a little bit of photography, cinematography, because my background is as a professional photographer. So therefore my content has a different quality than other very successful creators. And then again, you need to add value to the content you create. That could be educational content, but it can also be entertaining content. And I try to do a good mix and match in between those two. And the most important thing is to be yourself. Be you when doing content. Get inspired by other creators, but never copy. Master your craft. Educate yourself in your niche. Just be you. Educate yourself, educate your craft, but be you, no matter what niche you're in. And then don't be a dick. And on a day-to-day, you can see the very pretty side of being a brand ambassador. I'm here in Sweden to a huge motorcycle event, and I have gotten this amazing hotel room, and we are drinking beers in the lobby, and in a minute we're going down to have a awesome dinner together with KTM, Husqvarna and GASGAS together. This is what I love about my job, and this is why I feel so privileged, but I know how hard I have been working to get where I am today. This doesn't come overnight, but be you and be good at what you're doing. Oh, so good morning, everybody. Last night was such a great time, such a great experience. Great people, great food, a couple of great drinks. But we are now back at the Trafikplats, where the event is going to be again today. So we are going to set up the tents, the bikes, all the event gear, and then we just wait for the people to arrive, and then we're going to talk a little bit more on how to be a good role model and responsibilities. So I better get started working now. So what does a brand actually expect of you? What are your responsibilities? See, this is where it can go in many directions. Some of my sponsors want a certain amount of content scheduled on certain period of times where it has to be uploaded. Others, like GASGAS, just want me to live the brand and then just do everything in the pace that happens. So I actually don't have any restrictions to follow other than being a very good role model. and then of course create super awesome content as well. So just think about how you can represent the brand in the best possible way, and the only rule that all of these, what can I say, brand ambassador contract has is that you can't do anything that is hurting the brand itself. Of course, that is the most important thing to remember. Just look at this. There's bikes everywhere. Like, people are legit riding in with the bike, hop onto another one, and then ride out again. That's a proper way to test out which bike is for you. That's 100% for sure. So speaking about being a good role model, which is super important, because you have now built an audience, you are creating great content, but if you're not a great role model, none of this matters. None of it. Being a good role model is often something to do with your personality. It should come easy to you. It should be casual to be a good role model. It shouldn't be forced. Just think about if it was your own brand. How do you like other people to represent you? So I hope some of you have learned something from this video, or if you're not have been interested in what I've been talking about, thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. But I just wanted to share some thoughts and the process I have been through to be able to be where I am today. I would just love to, if someone out there wanting to achieve the same job as I have, I hope that I might have answered some of the questions a lot of content creators isn't talking about. So, or else you just saw this amazing Start to Ride event here in Gothenburg. It has been a pleasure, and again, huge thanks to GASGAS for the amazing hospitality and the amazing evening last night. It was such a great time. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you aren't already. If you're not subscribed, please do so. I would appreciate it a lot. So see you in the next one, guys. Peace.